Riding jackets are something that you might not consider changing that often. After all, once you buy it, once the armor's there, once you have that one big chonky garment, you might not feel like changing it because it's doing its job right. But as circumstances change, as maybe your budget gets a little bit higher, upgrading this piece of riding gear can make a lot of difference. This is an RR Gear Avatar. It's my first riding jacket. My dad got it for me about 4 years ago when I got my first bike, the NS200. It's a nice jacket, it does the job. It was for 7,500 I believe, and it's level 2 protectors everywhere. It shoulders, elbows and the back. It has those placeholder protectors on the chest. There is provision to get better ones, which for some reason I never did. Maybe I probably should have done that. My point being, when you get into biking, the first jacket you get is usually the best bang for buck, the one that makes the most sense, and you don't really have a large database to play around with in terms of how good it can get. Now this is a size XL. I used to be extremely fat up to last December. So this was the size that I needed at the time. It's a reasonably good jacket. It is very heavy. It's got mesh in some places, but it's largely textile. And the main problem was that it used to just get too hot. And while I got more helmets, I got gloves, I got boots, I got a riding pant, for some reason I never really upgraded the riding jacket. Because it was doing its job, it was doing it fine. Sure, it got a little dirty, I washed it, it faded, whatever, etc, etc, but again, it was doing its job. The real turning point, actually two turning points, was the fact that I lost about 12 kilograms, so I went many sizes below. And when I wore my friend Utsav's Ixon riding jacket. Now the more money you spend on riding jackets, or any riding gear for that matter, it gets more sophisticated. And in jacket terms or pant terms, in a particular genre, it means that the fabric gets thinner but gets stronger. Now while budget jackets, anything under 10,000 for that matter, like this or any other similar brand, they often compensate for the lack of abrasion resistance properties by layering up the fabric, which makes it get a lot thicker, which in turn makes it go a lot heavier. The loose fitting wasn't so evident on the NS200, but once I started riding the RC, it became even more evident. Because when you sort of bend over on the RC, the torso section here was just floating ahead of my torso. Not good at all. So I thought, okay, I'm living in Mumbai now, I need something with better ventilation that's lighter, that I can use everywhere, more sophisticated, and my size. So while this is an XL, I needed to get something smaller. So what I ended up getting actually is quite a big upgrade. This is my new riding jacket. This is the Alpinestars TGP Plus R V3 Air. That's a mouthful, I know. It's a street riding jacket. It's got a very racy fit. It's a short jacket. It's very light for starters. It's much more sophisticated than the previous one. This is a size small. XL to small, big delta, I know. But this is more, the RR Gear, the old jacket was more of a street/touring fit. This has a more of a racy fit to it, which I actually really like because of the fact that it ends above your hip a little bit. It doesn't fold or crease at all when you're riding and maintains its position. It fits ridiculously well. I was initially going to get the Andes, but when I went and tried it on, it didn't work out. It didn't have enough ventilation for our conditions, and while it was a lovely jacket, the SPS and the GP Plus, which is this one, is what really caught my eye. The SPS was very light, super nice, lovely fabric, and extremely usable on the daily as well. But I'll be very honest, the color combination and overall camo print on the side, the Alpinestars logo on the shoulder, this one really caught my eye. So the style is what gravitated me towards this jacket, but then other additional features such as better fabric, better protection in terms of the sliders, better overall fit, that is what sort of just solidified the GP Plus for me. So as you can see, this fits really well. Close to the body, nice tight fit, but very comfortable, not too tight either, just the right amount of movement. Because it's short, even when you sit down, maintains the fit. What I really like are the cuffs are very thin. You can just tighten the cuffs up here, and then full gauntlet gloves are very easy to get over the jacket. Very large mesh panels here, which is very important for the conditions where I usually ride. Overall, I'm just generally very happy with this purchase. I wore it for a quick city night ride the other day. I didn't take it off even when I was sitting in cafes and stuff. I just unzipped it and just sat down there. That might also be because it's winter right now and the weather is actually really good. But it doesn't feel like super bulky. It actually feels very close to a normal jacket that you might wear casually on the day-to-day. Also, at the risk of sounding like an absolute prick, this jacket has aura. So I've been riding the RC390 for about 3 months, I want to say now. Nobody really comes up and talks to me or whatever in the street like you might see people doing with superbike owners. When I went out with this the other day, I was wearing a normal trouser at the bottom, but I had a riding jacket, gloves, helmet, and boots. And 3 people came up and said, "Man, you look really good. Keep it up, etc., etc." And I know it's not the bike because it's not happened before, so it has to be the combination of the jacket and the bike. And that day I was super well color coordinated as well. The helmet, the jacket, and the bike just went very well with each other. One thing that you can see international brands doing a lot, like Alpine and Nixon, is that basically the money you pay for the jacket, you pay for the jacket. So the armor you sort out yourself. What I mean is, even with this jacket, it came with level 1 Alpine Stars armor on the shoulder and the elbow. It has pockets for the chest and the back, but it did not come with armor there. So I've already got a level 2 protector for the back, a good one. And well, I ran out of money after that. I spent a large sum of my money on motorcycle related stuff and gear and accessories and stuff. But I do need to upgrade the shoulders and the elbow as well. Level 1 Alpine armor is fine for the time being, but level 2 needs to be there. That'll hopefully come next month. I'll hopefully get the Ghost series from D3O, which I'll probably make another video about. I went and checked it out at Rise Moto the other day. Very thin armor, very flexible, and it's a lot more sophisticated and strong and fits flush with the jacket in a very non-intrusive way. While it's expensive, I think it's worth it. I've only used the jacket a couple times so far, so if you want me to keep my eye out for anything in particular or want to know anything in particular about it, drop me a comment. I'll answer as quickly as possible. And there will be a review coming soon as well. A lot of you have been asking for the Cramster Flux review as well. That is also in the works and that will be uploaded soon too. For more such motorcycling content, subscribe to Extra Devya. I'll catch you in the next one and ride safe.